What's up? What's up? What's up, Brooklyn Squad? You know what tonight is? Tonight is crime night, like every night. But tonight is the night that we get to watch Corey Bixby sentencing. Now, some of you probably already seen this, right? But I haven't. And I can't wait to see the look on his face or whatever sentence they gave this monster. Now, if you don't know about Corey Bixby, he was charged with unaliving his 3 years old little boy, Corey. They have not found his body, no fingerprints or anything. But yet, they charged him. The sad thing is, there's no body. Where is this little boy's body at? No one knows. But one thing is about the system, baby, you don't need a body. Charge his ass and send his ass to the electric chair. Did they give him life? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Welcome to Brooklyn Squad, real life drama, when we deal with real life crimes. Baby, it's going down. Well. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this shit together. This is a lot to get together. Welcome back. Hey, Julie. How are you? How you been, love? Thank you for joining. And I also have a surprise. I hope people come in. Because I do have a surprise for those that's been sharing my videos, but we're gonna do that at the end. And the people that the surprise is for, if they don't come in this live, then we'll just do a whole nother live and we'll do the surprise then. But hello, birthday girl. Miss Katie with the baby. Today is your birthday, girl. Hello, birthday girl. Now, y'all know that this was supposed to be for 10 o'clock a.m. this morning. That was, sorry, guys. I deal with migraines. And because I was up until all types of nights until 3, 4 o'clock, in the morning around 4 a.m. I made breakfast for my husband to go to work. I made a tiny breakfast for myself and I was still up. And then 8:45 or like 8:30, the migraine started. And that's because I didn't get sleep. And then around that time, I started dozing off. So I was like, oh, man. So I was like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. And I'm here. I've been covering Cody's trial from the beginning, every single day. I had got up early in the morning. Katie was with me. And also Kathy B was here. And I have covered this trial every single morning. I have covered this case since he went missing. Okay, since he went missing. So when he was first arrested, it was like, wow, finally. And then when he was charged, it was like, yes. So now we are here to sentencing. But let's not forget, there's still no body. Okay? And that's the sad part. So let's go into what Nancy sent me yesterday. And then we'll check out what happened today. I haven't looked at nothing. Please don't tell me in the comments what he was sentenced to. I want to be shocked. I want to see it with you guys for myself. I don't know how many years he was sentenced. I refuse to look on the internet today for any of that. I really did. The only thing I did today was post a missing 15 years old girl that her mother thinks she might be human sex trafficked. So I did that posting today. So go check out the reels and Facebook and, my reels and stuff like that, and on TikTok. But as of looking into Cody stuff, I don't know what's going on, but we're going to find out now. Okay, so let's go to, let's start off with what she sent me yesterday, because that played a little replay of whatever happened. Let me go here.
Isn't it ironic? After all your hard work,
I'm dying to see this movie, y'all.
People aren't going to remember you.
No?
They're going to remember me.
Okay, so next time we do movie night, I'm going to order that movie. But anyway, let's get into it.
Hampton 911, where is your emergency?
Yes, I think my son is missing.
A missing boy gone without a trace, and the boy's father found guilty of murder.
That child was innocent, and the last image that child had was his father beating him to death.
News 3 following through ahead of Corey Bigsby's sentencing and breaking down every angle of the Cody Bigsby case that has touched so many of us here in Hampton Roads.
When we seen his face, we fell in love with him. And he became 7x7's child.
We have team coverage on the community impact, a full timeline of Cody's disappearance, and a recap of the jury trial that found Corey Bigsby guilty of murder and concealing a body.
If we are lucky, he will never get out of jail. What did he do with his son?
Hello and welcome to this special edition of News 3 at 5:30. I'm Kurt Williams, and we are following through on a case that has gripped Hampton Roads for more than 2 years now and set to come to a conclusion. Tomorrow, Corey Bigsby is scheduled to be sentenced for second-degree murder and concealing a body. These charges stemming from the disappearance of his son, little Cody Bigsby, first reported missing on January 31st, 2022. Our team has been...
Now, of course, they can't do first degree. I would love for them to do first degree, but there's no body. You know what I mean? And he didn't plan it, probably, so they have to stick with second.
Been on this story since the beginning. This is me on the scene at the command center when the search for Cody first began. And our entire News 3 team committed to following through on this story. Here's me on the 1-year mark of when Cody was reported missing at the memorial fence honoring the child, with the community leaving heartfelt messages, Spider-Man toys, and stuffed animals. So you may be asking yourself, how did we get here? A lot has happened in the 2.5 years since little Cody was first reported missing. So you want to take a look back on some of the biggest parts of this case. On January 31st, 2022, Hampton father Corey Bigsby calls 911 to report his 4-year-old son, Cody, missing. Here's what that call sounded like on that fateful day.
Hampton 911, where is your emergency?
Hell yes, I think my son is missing.
When's the last time you saw him?
Yes, last night I saw him. He tapped me, asked me, can he go outside? And sometimes he usually creeps outside at night.
Okay, what's his
I just
name?
need help finding him.
What's his name?
Cody.
Just days later, February 3rd, Corey Bigsby arrested and charged with multiple counts of felony child neglect.
He sometimes creeps outside at night. What 3 years old will open a heavy, or probably not a heavy door, but a door and just go outside and walk out, wake up out of his dreams, out of his comfortable bed with his teddy bears or whatever, and just go out in the street? Come on now. Come on. Are you kidding me? And it's good to replay all this stuff, because even though we've heard this stuff a while back, sometimes hearing it again, you realize, oh shit, he's like, I didn't recognize that he said this before. You know what I mean? So now he was charged with felony child endangerment, because he had, this was, so his charge that he was charged with had nothing to do with Cody. Okay. That charge at that time was because he left his other children constantly by themselves while he go get a booty call. He has other children and he left them by themselves while he went to his girlfriend's house or wherever he went to get a booty call. A neighbor had also said that they would see the child in their window by themselves and everything like that. Exactly. If that was the case, then they wasn't that door more protected with safety locks? Right. Trying to cover his own tracks. Exactly. Exactly, Katie.
Which stemmed from incidents from before Cody was reported missing. As the search continued that spring, then Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot spoke about Cody's disappearance.
I can tell you there's no evidence that he's alive.
He also said with Corey Bigsby in custody, the department was not looking for anyone else in connection with Cody's disappearance. In December, a judge orders Bigsby to undergo a competency evaluation to see if he's fit to stand trial. Multiple doctors evaluated Bigsby, and he was sent to Eastern State Hospital for mental treatment. Almost a year and a half after Cody's reported disappearance, a grand jury indicts Corey Bigsby on a murder charge. Court documents we obtained state he murdered Cody on or about June 18th, 2021. That's about 7 months before the toddler was reported missing. And then November of last year, Corey Bigsby's attorney files a motion to throw out a confession statement he allegedly wrote in jail. The next day, a judge denied that motion to suppress the confessions made by Corey Bigsby about his son's murder. That meant the alleged statements would be allowed in the murder trial to come.
Now, let's talk about that letter. I don't have to read it to remember some of the things that monster allegedly said on that letter. So he gets arrested, and the guilt or Cody's spirit, right, could have been right in that letter. And I believe in stuff like that. So that letter has some stuff like, I unalived my son. I poopy on him. He took a crap on Cody. If you remember, Katie, please tell me some of the stuff that was in that letter in the comments. He beat Cody. He dragged Cody down the stairs. He put Cody in the tub to try to bring him back. He prayed over Cody after he beat him to death. What else he did? He took a crap on Cody. I mean, just come on. And so much other stuff that he said he did. Then he bought Cody. He went to get some snacks. He ate. He's insane. This man is insane. He is insane. And I cannot believe that he had custody of all these kids. We are looking at I can't say a serial killer because, I think a serial kills multiple people. But we are definitely looking at a demon, and he will do it again.
And those letters were indeed read aloud in the murder trial back in March. Jurors sat in the Hampton courtroom for a full week as everything unfolded. Our reporter Angela Bohan covered the entire trial and takes us inside the courtroom.
One lawyer not related to the case told me in advance that it would likely be a lengthy trial, and it certainly was. It took about 2.5 days just to pick the jury. I filled this entire notebook while listening to witness after witness, and I sat just a few rows away from the jurors who were ultimately chosen. And after 7 days, they decided that Corey Bigsby was guilty of murder.
Cody Bigsby's older brother, who's just 7 years old, did his part answering questions while in a separate room. We weren't allowed to show any video of him, but jurors watched a screen as he described not being able to wake up Cody. The brother said, "I asked him what was wrong with Cody. He said nothing was wrong with him." Anton Bell, the Commonwealth's attorney, asked, "Did you believe your dad?" "No," he replied. "Why?" "Because he looked dead," Cody's brother answered. This came just a day after Cody's mother, Dina Abdul Karim, took the stand. There was some back and forth explaining how she and Corey Bigsby were living apart after their relationship ended in 2019. She said they had 4 children together. She testified that she often couldn't reach Corey. And in January of 2022, she said she wrote him a message asking, "Where are my kids, Corey? Are they alive?" But defense attorney Curtis Brown questioned why she didn't call police then. And the letters, what appeared to be confessions written by Bigsby while in jail. A couple of corrections officers got emotional reading those on the stand. One officer described how he wrote as Bigsby dictated, quote, "I found my son unresponsive, tried CPR, could not revive him. I begged God to save him." Going on to say, "I put him in a trash bag and put him in the car where he sat for 3 to 5 days. After hearing all this and more, the jury decided Bigsby was guilty of murder. Shortly after the verdict, the Commonwealth's attorney let it be known that he will go for the maximum sentence of 45 years. He also talked about how this does not translate to closure.
We still do not have the body and probably will never have the body.
The June 18th sentencing date is significant. This will be exactly 3 years from when police believe the father killed his son.
So just poetic justice.
And I plan to be here as part of our team coverage as Corey Bigsby is sentenced. We know it's a case that's been followed closely by the community who searched for and prayed for Cody. In Hampton, Angela Bohan, News 3.
Continuing now to follow through on our coverage of the
Now, a little bit background for those who hasn't been covering this case. Let's go into his sentencing and what happened this morning. I was told that Rhonda was there. You know what? No. Let's go on the news. Let's see if YouTube got it on the news. You know, this case really makes me so upset, man, I swear. Because it's not like anyone. Yeah.
We
Good evening and thank you for joining us. A big night of news begins with the maximum sentence for Corey Bigsby.
It took just a couple of hours from beginning to end today for the father of Cody Bigsby to find out his fate. Bigsby will head to prison for 40 years for the boy's murder and another 5 years for concealing Cody's body, a body that was never found. We have two reports on this decision tonight, beginning with 10 on your side's Chris Fuller.
45 years he got?
Chris?
Okay.
Yeah, Lena, this was a second-degree murder
No
conviction
life?
where nothing less than the maximum would have satisfied the prosecutor, the Commonwealth's attorney, Anton Bell, here in Hampton. Bell spoke passionately to Judge Hawks today. He said that because of the nature of this killing, it cried out for nothing less than the 40 years on the murder charge and an additional 5 for concealing Cody's body. Bigsby confessed to beating his 3-year-old son Cody to death in a letter that he had written in jail awaiting trial. His attorney said that this trial was lost as soon as the jury was selected because it didn't have the right racial mix. That was back in March. Meanwhile, Bell says this was not a defendant who deserved mercy.
If you want to give mercy to someone, give mercy to the family. Give grace to the family. And I'm talking about his mother, his brothers, who every day got to live with the fact that they can't play, can't interact, can't love on their loved one.
We didn't have a fair jury. This is Hampton. When you come to Hampton, you expect to get more blacks than you do anything else. But that wasn't the case. We had 9 and 3.
Another defense attorney for Corey Bigsby, Amina Matheny Willard, told us right after the sentencing they do plan on appealing it. Meanwhile, Commonwealth is not done with Corey Bigsby. They have 30 outstanding child abuse and neglect charges, all felonies. They plan to prosecute those later this year. We're live in Hampton. Chris Horn, Tom Lena, back to you.
Chris, thank you. We're going to switch now to 10 on your side's Kiana Patterson.
And she continues our team coverage with community reaction almost 3 years in the making. Kiana.
Yeah, sadly, June 18th is the day that the Commonwealth believes Cody was beaten to death. Now it stands as a day that has brought some closure to the family that still calls him Baby Cody. In court today, Cody's mom says that she still has nightmares about the horrors her kids experienced while living with their dad. The twins are now 5 years old and her oldest son is 8. He testified to finding Cody beaten, bloodied, with his eyes still open. She says her son has been stripped of his innocence and love has played a big part in their healing because her kids missed out on that in the beginning of their lives. She says she prays Cody haunts Corey for eternity, saying he is a monster. And in her impact statement, she says Cody's murder triggered memories of physical and emotional abuse that she experienced during their toxic relationship.
I figured.
To me, this sentence,
she's
means
pretty.
that he's finally being held accountable for his actions, for anything he's ever done to me, my children, or for anybody else. Justice has been served for Cody.
I feel for her as a mother, as a grandmother, to hear the tragedy that these babies has been through and trying to recover. I feel so bad for her, and I'm praying for her and the babies.
Now, the 3 surviving boys are expected to start grief counseling next week.
Good.
And the Commonwealth's attorney, Anton Bell, says that they are helping this family as they recover with those counseling and resources to help them through this traumatic experience. You can watch the full press conference over on wavy.com. Kiana Patterson, 10 on your side.
The wounds run deep for so many people. Thank you, Kiana.
Well, how do y'all feel about Katie? How do you feel about this? You want to come up here? Let me drop the link just in case you want to come up here. Birthday girl. Oops. If anybody want to come up, we'll come up. How do you feel about this? 45 years. I'm waiting for this thing. I had played a survey, and it's taking forever to finish on my phone. I went 250. 45 years. Hey, Mama.
Hey.
How do you feel about this?
Truthfully, I don't feel it's enough time, but with his other counts, I think it's going to end up turning into life or the maximum, honestly.
Well, they're saying this is a maximum.
I know, but he still has 30 more counts to be sentenced for.
Yeah.
So.
That's the good part.
Thank goodness, because I'm like, 45 years isn't nothing for what he did to that boy.
So, okay, so let me ask you this, because I don't know much about, the system or whatever. But 45 years, is he eligible for parole?
I don't know. I think it depends on each state, but I did catch that they said that he was going to file a motion for the 45 years or whatever.
I know.
So he doesn't want to do that, which I don't think they're going to come lower on that by any means.
But when you have, because you have life, you cannot get parole. So he don't have life. He don't have life. So
I mean, they didn't mention anything about parole, but also I don't know, because I don't know if it's different by state.
Yeah, I want to look into that. Because I know when you get life, you're not going to get parole. But when you don't get life, you have a chance of getting parole. So is he going to be eligible for parole?
But also in the state that he's in, they don't do the death penalty either. That I do know, because I looked last time he was on trial.
One here before that they didn't do it when we was like, yeah, you're right, because you looked it up before, right?
Yeah. As for parole, I don't think he should be able to get it at all, honestly.
Right. Exactly. But
because he's going to be capable to go do this again to anybody.
He's a monster.
Yes.
See, if he did this to his own son, oh God, you took somebody's life, not anybody, your child, because he was autistic. He wasn't your favorite. You didn't like him.
I mean, that's the way that it makes it seem, but I also feel like I do feel like he battled some mental issues because, wasn't Cody's mom, didn't he, wasn't that a DV situation? I feel like he had I don't know, it was almost like he always had a target for somebody to take things out on them.
Yeah. I wonder if he had any substance abuse going on.
I'm not sure.
Like if he was a drinker or something like that.
Right. And there could have been, we don't know his whole background, there could have been stuff with his childhood growing up that has always affected him too, that he never got help for. So
I don't give a fuck about his childhood. Yeah.
Me either, but I'm just saying, like, it just really makes you wonder, like, what all was really going on to why he did this.
I'm wondering if he was a drinker, and when he drank, he just get violent. That's like me and my relationship with my ex-husband. Every time he drank, he started getting violent.
Right. But I mean, it's point blank easy. He didn't care about any of his kids because he would leave them for days.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Was he?
And you know, it makes me wonder if CPS failed
that's
those children multiple times, because this could have been prevented.
And that's why I'm asking also, like, was he in his active addiction? Was he in active addiction?
Right.
Because for you to just bounce like that for days, it kind of, and people that might watch my video later, please don't take it out to say, why I gotta be a person using drugs. Well, because I once been there, that's why. I remember myself going out and using and going on a run for fucking days. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it almost makes you wonder if incidents happened and that's what made him leave too.
Right. You know,
and people think, I mean, I have my own opinion about the mother. I blame her just as well, because why weren't you looking for your children and doing anything in your power to figure out where they were and what was going on?
Right. Not even in the search or anything.
Exactly.
I know they're cutting her some slack now because they see how vulnerable she is on the stand and all that shit. But I don't give a fuck. In the beginning, we was like, I think it was who was up here, and she was explaining it to us a little bit. What's her name?
2 Chainz or Together.
Yeah,
Together. I don't know why I said that.
You have become into rapping lately. What's going on?
I don't know. My brain's like in overdrive.
But Together was on here. Shout out to her. And she was explaining about the reason the mother might not have thing. And I get it, because I was in domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? And at that time it was like, yeah, this true. But looking back, it's like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, her herself could have called CPS. She could have called the police, anything. I mean, yeah, she didn't have a location, but somebody had to figure it out and figure out what was going on. Why would you? I mean, he even told you that he was going to take Cody out. I mean, why would you not take that serious, considering what he put you through?
That's right. He sure the fuck did.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, there's so much more that could have been done. And I understand it. I mean, I personally haven't been in a situation like that, and that physically wasn't me, but I would have done anything in my power when it comes to my children to figure out where they were and what was going on, whether if I had a location or not.
Right. Exactly. Was Rhonda, I heard Rhonda was doing her thing, right?
Girl, she had me so heated before she went into the courthouse.
Really?
Remember how she was like all over Corey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then today he was like her worst enemy.
Get out of town.
That's how she made it seem. I was like,
Where's she at? Let me see. Rhonda, right? RON.
That's RHODA, Rhoda Young.
Oh, got it.
Rhoda Young reporting live.
I got it. She bugging out over there too. Well, she was in front of the courtroom today.
So she did 3 lives. She did
Oh,
one
here it is.
one
8
before it
hours.
started, one after, and then the press conference.
Here it goes.
I am Rudy Online.
Yes, yeah.
The breaking news.
Yeah.
What's going on
Yep.
with Corey Bisbee case?
Let me erase
Guys, we have learned today that Corey Bisbee is now facing 45 years in jail. He has received the maximum time allotted for his charges, second-degree murder, here in Hampton, Virginia. The judge went outside of the guidelines and upped his days of years to serve to 45 years to be completed. Guys, we have just left out the press conference with the prosecutor attorney, Antoine Bell, and his team. Guys, they have also told us Corey Bisbee is facing additional child abuse charges where he can be formally charged and served over 100 plus years. I truly believe that Corey Bisbee would not see the day of light again here in Hampton, Virginia, for taking the life of his son, Corey Bisbee, Cody Bisbee. The real question is the anger, everybody, that there was no
I feel you,
remorse
Julie.
about the
Yeah.
fact that Cody Bisbee is missing here in Hampton, Virginia. Everyone spoke about Corey Bisbee being nonchalant about his son being missing. And the question is, where is baby Cody? Baby Cody went missing and has been discovered to be deceased since he was 3 years old. Today would make the third year anniversary of the death of baby Cody.
Another thing,
here in Hampton, Virginia. I am Rhoda Young Live, reporting live outside of the circuit court, where Corey Bisbee has been found guilty and sentenced to the
Today
maximum
is the day he
of
went
45
missing, right?
years inside of this jail. He would not no time soon see the light of day. I'm Rhoda Young Live. Guys, do you think Corey Bisbee deserved to be out when baby Cody still have not been found? They alleged throughout the court proceeding that Corey Bisbee said he went into the room, grabbed baby Cody out the bed by his legs, allegedly, made him hit his head, allegedly, on the floor. After he hit his head on the floor, dragged him downstairs, allegedly, and beat him to death. If anybody that don't know how a 3-year-old look, remember your grandchild, remember your kids when they was 3, and see this monster beating him to death. They said baby Cody, once he was deceased, Corey picked them up, walked them back up the stairs, and laid his tiny little body back in bed with his eyes wide open.
You forgot that he poopy on him too.
For his brother, DJ, to come into the room and see his brother purple, bruises all over him, as he attempted to wake him up. Wake up, Cody. Wake up. Wake up, Cody. Wake up. And baby Cody's eyes was just looking at him like that.
Sad.
He alleged that he also went back downstairs and told his father, hey, Dad, baby Cody won't wake up. There's something wrong with him. He won't wake up. I tried to shake him, and allegedly the father told him, he okay, and he will be all right. After that, no more sightings of baby Cody, still to this day here in Hampton, Virginia. They say Corey Bisbee is callous because he has already been found guilty. He has already written a letter stating that he killed this baby and how he killed this baby, but yet he have not given us the opportunity to lay baby Cody down to rest and give him the proper grieving that he rightfully deserved. The mother said she feel as though justice has been served, but she's still heartbroken because she still don't know where her baby is here in Hampton, Virginia. Hampton, Virginia Prosecuting Attorney Office did an amazing job. Amina Mathney Willard and her prosecutor team did another amazing job. And also Mr. Brown.
Oh, right there. Okay. So what happened? What made her change her thing? Her how you call that? What made her? I know, baby, right? Yes. Yes.
Truthfully, I don't know. Her first live today was, "I'm not in the mood. If anyone in the family comes swinging at me, I'm swinging back today." Yada yada yada. Like she was. Yeah. So I don't know.
Because she seems a little on Cody's side, which she should have been the whole time. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because before it seemed like she was all over Corey.
Yeah, I mean, she even felt how handsome he was and how built he was. Wow. I think that, this case should always be about the victim.
Absolutely.
Especially a child. He was only 3 years old. 3 years old.
Who's leaving out for retirement did an amazing job as well. What we must understand in this world that we live in, even though the world
Must
seems and
understand that. You
appears
should
to
have been
be
fighting
unfair,
from the beginning.
but according to the Constitution, it's only one person that deserve and supposed by the Constitution to get a lawyer, and that's a defense attorney. Everyone under the Constitution of the United States has the right to be defended. And Amina and Mr. Brown did their job upholding the Constitution by giving Corey Bisbee a defense team. So we cannot judge people who defend these people because it cannot be no case if there is no defense attorney here in Hampton Roads. I'm Rhodey on Live, and I would like to thank each and every last one of you underneath the sound of my voice for all that you do, all that you did, and all that you continue to do. And I pray on this
She
day
said
right
all
here,
that you
Lord,
pretended to do. Okay. I know that's right. I know that's right. In order that you pretended to. Okay, so we got the press conference, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And 56 from the court, and
That's the mother.
Yes.
She's very pretty. Oh, I almost stopped sharing it. God damn it. I had the thing all the way over there.
Hey, how's everyone doing? So you just heard the
Let's get it.
sentencing from the court, and
Turn it
the
up a
Corey
little
Bixby
bit.
case. He received 40 years, which is the maximum penalty for the second-degree murder, and he received 5 years for concealing and disposing of a dead body. And so now we are moving on to phase 2 of this case. As you remember, or you can recall, this case initially started with 7 counts of child neglect. And then when we got over to circuit court, we indicted 23 more charges of a combination of child neglect and child abuse. So we are going forth with that. For those who are in the courtroom, you heard me state we are ready to set those cases, and we are. And so the court is going to provide their dates, and then defense counsel and I are going to come up with an agreed date to try this matter with a jury, and we will go forth there. In those cases, he is facing, I think it was 156 years total. I can be off on the numbers because it's been a while since I've totaled the maximum penalties for those cases. Because I'm focusing on the murder, but nonetheless, it's somewhere in that range of I think it's 156 years that he's facing. And yes, I will be asking for the maximum on that. And I know for some of you, like, you are hardcore. Can I tell you why I'm hardcore? I'm hardcore because I want you to think back, particularly media. Think back, and can you remember a case that has literally erupted in our community in the 757 in such a manner as Cody. Where is Cody? People looking for Cody. People saying that they saw Cody even though it was not him, because people wanted to believe this 3-year-old was still alive. And that is the biggest trauma, I really believe, outside of to his immediate family, his mother, Dina Kareem. I think outside of that harm to their family, the harm to the community has been so exacerbated by the fact that we just don't know where he is. And there's only one individual who knows that. And so you may have seen some theatrics in the courtroom in which the defense attorney was trying to downplay the evidence and try to make it seem as if 10 years from now, Cody's going to be found. Cody's dead. And that's just the reality. For those who have any questions whatsoever, Cody is dead. And we have to make sure the person who murdered him is held completely accountable for what he did. And so that is why we are going forth the way we are going forth. That is why we are not going to spare not 1 ounce of mercy for him. If you want to give mercy to someone, give mercy to the family. Give grace to the family. And I'm talking about his mother, his brothers, who every day got to live with the fact that they can't play, can't interact, can't love on their loved one. And one of the most heartbreaking things that was said, I think, by mom when she testified is when she said the twins, who, if you recall, they were a year younger than they referred to him as baby Cody because they're now older. So he's going to forever be that 3-year-old, forever 3. So that is the next phase that we're going to go forth on, and hopefully we can get through that before the end of the year, but it's going to be based on the court's availability. So I'll open it up for questions.
Attorney Bell, you said in March that you were going to go for the max, and there wasn't going to be any consideration, just like you're saying now, about the child abuse and neglect charges. Was there ever any doubt in your mind that Judge Hawks would pronounce the max?
No. I felt that he's a member of our 757 community, and I think he could also look at the factors that he clearly was able to articulate in this case. The fact that you're dealing with a parental figure, the fact that you're dealing with an adult and a 3-year-old, the fact it was so heinous, it was so gruesome, and that he died at the hands of this perpetrator.
You know what I was hoping for, Katie?
What?
Yesterday, right? Last night, I was hoping that today, Corey would say where his son's body was.
I was hoping so too, but I will say there was like another live before this. I don't know if she still has it up on her page or not, but they did question the attorneys he had.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was actually retired and came back for this case. And they did say that he is starting to talk more, so maybe he will confess. Which I'm assuming he's going. My assumption is he's going to eventually confess in order to get less time, but
Less time.
he's already, like, if he gets the maximum on these other 30 charges, he's looking at 156 years, which is going to be life.
He better start talking.
Exactly.
See, shit is getting real now.
Yep.
Shit is getting real.
The fact that he concealed the body, disposed of the body. And here's the other piece that not many are saying. The fact that there's just simply no remorse. There's just simply no. How do you have no remorse for killing your own kid? That's the sociopathic problem that I have with it. The element that, the elephant that's in the room. You have no remorse for killing your 3-year-old?
Sure didn't.
An innocent baby? So
That's what I said. No
I
remorse.
believe that he was
Shame.
going to max him out. That was my hope, my request, and I'm glad that he felt the same way as the Commonwealth did.
You stood 10 toes down, thou should not kill. Why was that important for you to address to the courts?
Because at one point they try to portray him as, I guess, this Christian upbringing, church boy. He's this good guy. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's just so mild-mannered and so forth. And I'm like, well, if you're this Christian good boy, goody two-shoe, army vet, so forth, then I'm sure they taught you also in the church, thou shalt not kill. And so absolutely, that was my theme. And they gave it to me because I wanted them to understand if he's that guy that you're saying that he is, then he should have known that you shouldn't kill, especially your kid.
You can add to the.
No, I don't think he has any sense of remorse. Even if you notice when they did their argument for the court, they really basically try to make it seem as if he still is innocent, and that 10 years from now, the court or the community is going to hear the real truth, and we're all somehow poof, he's going to appear. Not happen.
What was your reaction when you saw Bigsby's jailhouse interview with the news stations and the institution?
You really want to know? How can I say this? Yeah, narcissistic, but that's not the word that came to my mind. Truthfully, fool.
You turned to the community when you were saying, hey, the community needs this sentence. What were you trying to say, or what were you saying?
Just that. I wanted it to be clear. It's not about me. It's not about Bigsby. It's about the community. That's why the style of the case is the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Corey Bigsby. The Commonwealth is the victim, along with Dina Kareem. The Commonwealth is the victim. And if many of you news media outlets, I'm certain you have heard from different members in the community who have either approached you or you've heard conversations where they were impacted negatively, some to tears. I can't tell you the number of people who have approached me since this verdict and has come up to me and just thanked me just out the blue. Thank you. Thank you. People watching in North Carolina and Syria, all over this region, outside the state, they were watching and following this case because it impacted them so much because people wanted Cody to be alive. That's just the bottom line. You want that baby to be alive. We still want that baby to be alive, but just the reality is he's not. And so for them, it was traumatic every time somebody came forth and said, I think I saw Cody, only to find out, it wasn't him. And so for them, it was huge for them to get closure, for them to get accountability, for them to get some sense of justice.
Mr. Brown made a statement. He said he beat you in a case that had 3 life sentence. And he said he think you took it personal, and that's why you went so aggressive with this case. How would you like to respond to that?
I would say that Mr. Brown has shown his lack of professionalism throughout this case. And if he thinks it's personal, so be it. If he can't see that killing a 3-year-old, a person should be aggressive concerning that, then I think it is time for him to retire. Thank God for that.
How disappointed would you have been if you were not able to get the closure? It sounded like you were not going to be able to.
Mine's will be doing her thing about it over there,
The judge as to what sentence you wanted.
That's a pretty big thing, being on the
Yeah,
news.
she really does.
Yeah, that's a pretty big thing. being on the news with a big case like this.
Yep.
Shout out to her. Shout out to her. That's really huge. It's really, really big. So shout out to Rhonda Young. You heard it here from Brooklyn Squad. Real life drama. You heard? Yeah, you got to give people their flowers when they do. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly. You got to support each other when it comes to cases and things that, you both have been invested in.
yeah. Even if we haven't been both invested in it, even people that I just see doing really well, I'm gonna give them shout out, give them some love or say something because this shit ain't easy, man.
Exactly.
This is not easy. These cases aren't easy. Emotionally, I mean.
Exactly. And just showing support. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard for anyone.
That's why I be asking people, just please share my videos. I mean, it's not hard. Why y'all just can't click the link and share the videos? Because I would do it. I share people's videos on YouTube that I see, and even people that don't even know me, that don't even know that I exist. I share their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
So,
I think for me personally,
I'll be working hard at this. Oh man, I hit that wrong thing. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold
I
on.
mean, there's not much more left to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just where the mother stands up and says, that.
Oh, so yeah. There we go.
the citizens.
All right.
And so
Okay.
I'm glad that I was able to get that opportunity. But even with that, you saw an attorney trying to expedite a matter.
It's so hot in my room. I should have put the AC on in my room, but I got the fan on.
Professionalism on the other side.
The AC's on in the living room.
You were able to get this conviction and the max sentence off circumstantial evidence. Looking ahead to the second trial, are you going to have physical evidence, and are you going to have to put a child on the stand?
I won't speak to that, Dan, because that case is pending, and so I won't be able to talk about pretrial evidence or the same. The code or the ethical codes does not give me the right to really talk too much about cases that have now already been adjudicated. The only reason I'm even here to address you guys today because this case is over with. He's already had an adjudication of guilt, and now he's had a sentence. So I can talk about the facts of this particular charge, but I can't talk about the specifics of what's going to happen with the next set of charges.
Do you believe Corey Bigsby would ever tell us what baby Cody is?
No.
Attorney Bell, you had mentioned that the community is a victim as well as the family, the siblings, and Cody's mother. And you said the whole 757 community. You're a member of that community. Mm-hmm. Today, when you were arguing just the physical logistics of the way it played out, the ground was behind you.
What they said? I cannot hear them. When she asked him that.
You were passionate in your argument.
She asked him if he thinks that Corey will ever confess.
Yeah, I heard that part, but I didn't hear what they said. What they saying?
I'm a criminal prosecutor.
Did you?
Not really.
Yeah, it sounds so low. Hey, Josephine. Hey, there you go. She couldn't get my notification. I had to send it to her. I saw her on Facebook.
I have prosecuted probably one of the worst
Hey, girl.
cases involving children that you can.
I saw you creeping around on Facebook.
Prostitution,
thank you.
And child porn.
I know it sounds low, Mama.
Of the worst. So when you unfortunately take that in, there has to be an outlet somewhere. So for me, my outlet is being able to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. So do I take on that mantle, or do I take on that righteous indignation for the people? Absolutely, I take it on. But just as quickly as I take it on, I take it off. Because if you don't, it can create burnout.
Let me see something. They have a volume here.
You ask anybody who knows me personally, I'm pretty much passionate about anything I do. That's just the type of person I am. I feel like if you're going to do it right. Do it with excellence. And also make sure
No, they don't.
You do it, you represent your community, you represent your peers, you represent your family.
It's the way it's recorded on her phone, however she had it situated.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's personal in that regards. However, it's not personal in the sense of I have a vendetta to play out, or I'm trying to get some type of my own dig into someone.
You never get my notification, babe?
Once you have accountable, I'm moving on.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to send it to you personally, Mama. Okay? I don't know. YouTube be bugging.
How are you supporting the family?
So, Miss Kareem and her 3 kids, we have been able to bond.
I'll send it to you personally. Don't worry, I got you.
So Ms. Crump is the director of our Victim Service Unit, along with her staff, the ones that are in here. And we have been working intimately with her, trying to help her to get on the road to healing. Again, we can't completely get closure because there's not like there's a tombstone you can go to.
Yeah, it's so low. You can't hear anything.
Bond and grieve.
It's the waste of watching it right here.
It's a light mirror.
He's describing that the lady sitting next to the mother is the lady in charge of getting them all their grieving therapy and things like that.
Oh, okay. Let me see what the news gotta say. I don't hear no more. I mean, her recording is really, really low.
Yeah.
I'm going to play one more from YouTube, okay?
Okay.
Cody got his justice. Cody got his justice, and the community got what we wanted.
Sharice, is there anything else you want?
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And again, I say, he should still say where that boy is, where that baby is.
Yes.
Right. But justice has been served. Justice.
What do we want to happen now?
I really wish he would step up to the plate to give closure not only to the family but to the community.
Right. That's what I said yesterday.
Nancy, you heard the mother talk about the impact that this has had on her, the trauma her family's been through. What was your takeaway from hearing from Dina?
I can see it.
She looked good,
I can
Nancy.
see it in her face, you know, and I feel for her as a mother, as a grandmother, to hear the tragedy that these babies has been through and trying to recover. I feel so bad for her, and I'm praying for her and the babies to get get everything right. You know.
Nancy, thank you. That was Nancy and Sharice, a couple community members who have been here throughout this all. Sarah Hammond was also in the courtroom for this sentencing, and she was there as the judge kind of gave some of his reasons. Ultimately, Sarah, the judge decided to go with the maximum of 45 years. He had the chance to deviate either under 45 or perhaps do something else. He opted for the max, and he gave some reasons why.
He did. He said because of the age difference, because it was a familial relation, because of the way Cody was killed by his father, that those were all reasons he felt he could deviate and go up.
Scene and she was there as the judge kind of gave some of his reasons. Ultimately,
Hold on, y'all. Let's go live on TikTok for a minute also. Oh, you know what? No, let's go live on Newsbreak. Oh, no, can I even do Newsbreak?
I don't know.
Open camera. It says open camera. Oh, yeah, I could do a video. But that's just a video, though. I should go live. I wanted to go live. That's okay. That's like a live, right? Yeah. Okay, so right here, I am on Newsbreak doing this video, and I wanted to show y'all because I'm live, right? We live on Facebook, we're live on X, and we're live on YouTube right now. Corey Bigsby was sentenced today for 45 years for killing his son, Cody Bigsby, but there is still no body. Let's see what they got to say.
Sarah, the judge decided to go with the maximum of 45 years. He had the chance to deviate either under 45 or perhaps do something else. He opted for the max, and he gave some reasons why.
He did. He said because of the age difference, because it was a familial relation, because of the way Cody was killed by his father, that those were all reasons he felt he could deviate and go above sort of what the sentencing guidelines were. And that was sort of his reasoning.
And then there at the end, we also heard about some child abuse charges that may come out. Did the judge set a date on that at all?
Not yet. They said they were going to handle all that through email just to kind of expedite the process, but they did make that motion.
All right, Sarah, with some reporting there on the ground for us inside the courtroom. So that was another question we had. We know that there are some outstanding charges against Corey Bigsby involving several counts of child abuse and neglect. It appears that perhaps a date has not yet been set for those charges to be heard, but we do expect that to be heard at some point in the near future. But as for now, Eugene, the big headline out of here today is 45 years in prison for Corey Bigsby. And in fact, here's a gentleman who is dressed as Spider-Man, which was Cody's favorite superhero character, and some of the last clothes that he was seen in.
Spider-Man happy.
Yeah. Why this today?
Because Cody loves
Hey,
Spider-Man.
Shonda.
I'm here with Spider-Man.
So
that's what Little Mama and Fat Daddy, the owner, and they got Spider-Man and everything else. I'm really proud of what happened.
45 years
like
in
everybody else.
prison.
Why did this case resonate with Hampton Roads like it has?
Because he was so young and it was just like a mystery. Like he is no way that some child just disappeared. Is no way that he could just disappear. He's still out here somewhere, dead or alive. He's still here somewhere.
Amanda, it's more than just baby Cody missing. How many more kids are missing now?
I think it's like 266 in the 757 area that is still missing. Every day is kids missing.
We just gotta pray for them.
Yes, and if y'all see them, call the cops. Don't be scared to call the police and stuff on them. Call them. They need to be found. This is no place for no kid to be out here. It's no
just
place.
pray God that we can try to solve this. The kids don't get killed. It hurts.
Right.
That's what I'm here for. I'm sorry.
Victims.
Do you think we'll ever find the body of baby Cody?
Family.
I hope so. I pray we do.
Hey, Chalico.
I pray we do. Even if it's just a little thing is a bone fragment. As long as we can find a part of Cody. Just anything to have confirmation. Anything to have confirmation.
So there are more community members who have been here throughout the entire trial. The trial ended back in March with a guilty verdict for Corey Bigsby. He was tried in front of a jury of his peers who came back with a conviction. They spent under 2 hours deliberating and eventually convicted on second-degree murder and concealing a body charges. Then you fast forward about 3 months later. Today, June 18th marks 3 years, prosecutors say, since Cody Bigsby was murdered at the hands of his father, and the judge ultimately giving the maximum sentence. I'm looking over to my shoulder because we are hoping to hear from some of the attorneys as they come out here today.
So today made 3 years, right? Am I correct? That's what he's saying?
Yes.
Of this little boy, adorable, cute little boy, Cody Bigsby, was beaten to death by his father, Corey Bigsby. Today made 3 years. Today is 3 years that we've talked about this case on my platform, Brooklyn Squad, Real Life Drama. Today is the day that they have sentenced this useless monster of a father, Corey Bigsby, to 45 years in prison, and plus other charges of neglect. How many more charges? 300?
30
Oh,
of neglect and abuse.
30 charges of neglect and abuse. I was praying and hoping that he was going to come and finally reveal where that little boy's body is. But he has not, because he is a demon. That's why. TikTok, I cannot show y'all the video because TikTok guidelines now, they will not let us show video. They will strike. I don't know, it's weird. But I can show you guys the audio of what you can hear what they're saying. I wanted you guys to be a part of this. Like I put you a part of all my other stuff that I share. So show me some love and share my content, please. Thank you.
Some of the defense team who is yet to offer comment, they did not offer comment at the time of the conviction. Perhaps they will have something to say today. Do they have any kind of plans for appeals? We will certainly ask them that. But then we also want to hear from the Commonwealth's attorney. This was a big case for them to take on, the first no body case in Hampton history. And here, not only did they get the conviction, but ultimately, Eugene, they got that maximum of 45 years in prison for Corey Bigsby, where he will spend more than 4 decades for the murder of his son, Cody, 3 at the time of the murder, 4 at the time his reported disappearance by his father.
So this is the first time in history out there that they have sentence with no body. Am I correct, ladies?
Correct.
Wow. That's big. But to me, 45 years is not enough. But I'm grateful that he is getting this. You know what I'm saying? But it's a shame you don't tell where this child's body is.
Dan, if you can hear me, just a quick question. Was Corey Bigsby in the courtroom today? Did he have any expression? If so,
let's go this way. You know, Eugene, it was the same story that we saw during the trial, and it was an expressionless Corey Bigsby for the most part. The same today. He was led into the courtroom in handcuffs because he has spent the last 3 months behind bars. He had originally been out on bond through the proceedings of the trial. But today, when he was led into handcuffs, really the same sort of expressionless face that we saw throughout the trial. And across the street is Anton Bell, Commonwealth's attorney for Hampton, giving some people a hug, community members. And right behind Anton is the mother of Cody Bigsby, who testified today. She was the sole witness today for the Commonwealth's attorney, giving her victim impact statement, talking about the trauma of today. And I've just heard that Mr. Bell will be giving a news conference. So whether that is to be outside or perhaps indoors, as he crosses the street, it appears, Eugene, that press conference will be indoors. So if you all want to hang with us, we certainly hope to take those comments live. But Eugene, go ahead and any other questions you have, send my way.
Yeah, you talked about the mother. She testified today. She spoke. What were some of the things that she said in the courtroom today, Dan?
I'm trying to show y'all a picture.
Eugene, repeat that question about the mother, please.
You said that she spoke and testified. Well, what did she say in court?
Let me see.
Okay, so yeah, it was actually some tearful testimony today from the mother. She gave her victim impact statement, and she talked about just how traumatizing this experience has been. She talked about the therapy that she and her kids are now having to go through. They have a couple twins, I believe age 5, and then they have an older brother now, age 8. And he was the one who actually testified during the murder trial about finding Cody dead in bed. So those 3
A
children,
little brother.
in her words, have essentially been to hell and back. They're going through therapy. She got tearful, saying she's not sure, how the family is going to move on from this. She has nightmares thinking about the trauma that the other children have been through. And Eugene, we also learned today that the mother arrived here back in March to testify, and she was escorted by her best friend at the time. She testified today that her best friend had a heart attack in front of her on the morning that the mom was set to testify, and that her best friend later died.
Oh my goodness, Dan. I mean, it speaks.
What?
You talk to community members. You've heard now
Wait,
from
say that
family.
again?
This case has touched the hearts of.
Can you reveal what they said to Katie? Say that? What did they say?
So her friend had a heart attack and later on passed away, but this happened the day that she was supposed to testify.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The mother?
The mother's friend, yeah. That's sad because she already lost her son and then her best friend.
From what the stress it probably was?
Probably.
That's sad. Did
That
y'all
is
hear
very
that
sad.
TikTok? So Cody's mother's friend, the day before the test, she was supposed to testify. Her mother's friend had a heart attack and passed away. This is the same mother that did not search though for her son. So I'm still trying to figure out how we all feel. Well, I know. Listen. I feel like, how do y'all feel about this? I want to know how you feel about this TikTok. You have a parent that did not search for their son. She was in a domestic violence relationship with Corey Bigsby, right? She was in a relationship with him. They were separated, but even Corey has said to her at one time he will unalive the little boy. She did not take that serious, and now he is unalive.
Her excuse was she couldn't do anything because she didn't have an address.
Right. She didn't have an address to where they were living at. So she couldn't do anything. She couldn't find him. But when the news hit that Corey was missing, nobody in that family went out with the search team and searched for that little boy. So that's the part that I don't get. Not even her.
That's why I have a hard time with both of them because she's just in the wrong. I'm sorry, she is, because there are other ways she could have went about this, and she should have been out looking for her son.
Right. And even on the father's side, no one in his family had that little boy's back either.
Nope, and all through the trial, they stood right by his side.
Right. So who really had 3 years old Cody's back? The community and Nancy. And the community. Very sad. Very, very sad.
So many people at so many different levels. That moment that the decision was read that he was going to get the maximum, did you hear anything, the response from people in the courtroom? Did they let out any gasps? What was that like in the moment that was read?
His little brother.
So we were on the right side of the courtroom, the media, and in front of us was about 4 rows of community members. And there was audible sighs of relief from the community members who have been here since March in support of Cody. On the other side of the courtroom was a handful of members of Corey Bigsby's family, including Corey's older sister, who testified not only during the trial, but also today. and then also a couple other members of Corey's family. So being on the other side of the courtroom, didn't get a great look at family reaction, but in terms of reaction from the defendant, again, emotionless today.
You mentioned, the father there, Corey. He spoke to us, obviously, in his jailhouse interview. He's still maintaining his innocence at this point, correct? And have we heard anything from his side on their plans of a possible appeal?
Hey, Kathy B.
Well, that's the big question that we do have for defense attorneys. And I believe our Sarah Hammond is
Good
still
night,
lingering
Mamita.
outside of the courthouse, hoping to catch up with them as we're heading inside the prosecutor's office for a scheduled news conference that we've just heard about. So while Sarah asks about a possible appeal for the defense team, we plan to ask for prosecutors' reaction today because, yes, Eugene, Corey Bigsby has maintained his innocence through it all and even maintained his innocence in that jailhouse interview with 13 News Now on the day of his conviction. The prosecutors actually brought up that jailhouse interview today when they were asking the judge for the maximum sentence. And, you talked about how this case has impacted Hampton Roads. That was also discussed by the prosecutors today when they asked for the 45 years. They said never has a case impacted the Hampton Roads region like this case. Why? Because everyone wanted to believe Cody is alive. And again, if you're just now tuning in, the word from Hampton today is that Corey Bigsby has been sentenced to the maximum amount of time in prison for second-degree murder and concealing a body, and that's 45 years.
Right.
Dan, and you speak to everyone hoping that that little boy is still alive. Okay. All right. It looks like Dan and them are trying to get into the courtroom now so that they can get the reaction from Hampton's Commonwealth's attorney, Anton Bell, after you just heard their breaking news this afternoon that Corey Bigsby has been given the maximum sentence in the death of his son, Cody Bigsby, whose body has still not been found. We will, of course, bring you the latest on this as soon as we get, I'm sure, that pulled up to hear from the Commonwealth's attorney. We'll get that to you. But for now, thanks for joining us for 13 News Now at noon. Stay with us online and on our app, 13 News Now Plus.
So that's where we at. Josephine says something doesn't sound right. Well, you got to know the whole, this has been going on for 2 years now. So you're going to have to go back and watch some of my videos and watch some of the news and kind of understand where everything goes. But what I tell you from now, I'll tell you a little bit, if she's still on here, because I think it's just you, Katie, on here, because it says one person's on here. So I don't know. I don't know if she's still on here. It just says one person. But if you are on here, Josephine, let me know that you're still on here. Okay, you are still on here. CPS is worthless. You're damn right they're worthless, girl. They are definitely worthless. So with this case, he left, he unalived Cody months before he called in to say that Cody was missing out the house.
Yep, 7 months prior.
7 months prior. But they didn't know that at the time. See, this monster called the cops to say, I can't find my son at 9 o'clock. What is it, 9 o'clock in the morning? He's saying that Cody went missing in the middle of the night or some shit like that.
Yeah. He had a tendency of creeping outside.
Yeah, exactly. And wasn't this in since it's 3 years now, this is summertime. Why did I think this was the winter for some reason?
Because at one point in time, he said that he wanted to go play out in the snow at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Because I'm like,
in the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning, that's what was said.
Right. I'm tripping because I'm like, wait,
and then he was saying that he had a tendency of creeping outside.
Because they're saying it's 3 years, 3 years now, but we're in the summertime.
Technically, it's 3.5 years.
And we're in the summertime. So how the hell
Yeah,
was this?
technically it's 3.5 years because it happened in the middle of winter, but it wasn't reported until June. So they're going off of June as this year being 3 years.
So where did he get snow from?
Because when it technically happened, it was wintertime. He didn't call till 7 months after, which would have been summertime.
So that's where they're going off of. Gotcha.
Yep.
So that's what they say in June. That lost me for a minute.
Well, you're okay.
I've been paying attention for these few years and stuff, but it lost me just. I'm like, hold up for a minute. Okay. What's something I was gonna say? So the mom must be known if she didn't see her son for 7 months. That's the
See, and that's the thing is their only communication was through email, and he even told her that he was going to take Cody out. And she said that she tried to go there and find where he was and this and that, but had no address, and that was always her excuse. But my thing is if that was the case, why didn't you report it to CPS? Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you do anything in your power in order to save your children?
Right. You could go on Google and goddamn get the address.
Exactly. You could pay a couple bucks and pull his address.
Right. You might gotta
If
pay
it wouldn't pop up on Google.
Right.
There was that's why it's a hard time. That's why it makes it hard for me to deal with the way, I guess, the mother has handled this situation.
Right. Right. I feel you. I could put it on camera now, right? Because we're not showing video.
Right.
Okay. So let me turn the camera around for y'all so we can see y'all. Because we're not showing video. Yeah, it makes it to think about that too, because before I thought about it and I was like, I get it. I get her situation a little bit. I get the domestic violence. He was beating the shit out of her at the time, abusing the kids. She had to get away. But abusing the kids so much, why you leave him with the kids?
Why did she leave the kids with him for so long?
That's what I mean. Yeah, why
for
did
months at a time. I mean,
right.
Knowing he did that to you, you should have took more precautions. And I understand, like, I'm sorry if I was in her shoes, no matter what I went through, I wouldn't have cared. If I even got my butt kicked again just to get my children, I would have done it.
I want to pull up Cody's picture to show them again. Let me see if I could pull it up. So that's Cody. Oops, here we go. That's Cody, y'all. That's the father. You still here with me, Mama?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm really curious into looking into if there was any open CPS cases, because if so, then they truly failed them.
I think there was.
I thought there was too, but I don't remember 100%.
I thought there was an open CPS case. Yeah. I would take my children with me no matter what Josephine says. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very, very sad case. TikTok, do y'all got anything to say? We're also on live on X, also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Fuck it, right? We did a little bit on Newsbreak. I couldn't do the whole thing. I had to do a little thing, but I'll put that out also. But yeah. Let me see in the comment. Oh, my hands are shaking a little bit. So I know what time that means.
I don't know if you noticed in that news report, they were talking about the appeal. So he's already trying to appeal the 45-year max, which is crazy. Because I think he better hold off until he sees what these other 30 charges are going to consist of for the neglect and abuse.
Where is his body at? That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, how could you do this? How could you
honestly feel like, because body, it's in multiple places, to be honest.
Girl, I thought that too. I said the same thing. Yes, because he is a Marine, number one. So Ooh, those
Right.
Marines. We praise y'all Marines. We love y'all for going out to our country, but y'all some crazy motherfuckers.
Yep.
Y'all little loony now.
You guys are also capable of knowing how to
Get rid
of
of
a lot of evidence.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely are. So I think that he dismembered him. I think he chopped his little boy up. I really do.
I absolutely agree, because after he had already unalived him, he took him to the bathroom, pooped on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
disgusting. That says right there, I can't stand your ass. How could you shit on your child?
Exactly. That's why I just feel like he would have been even more evil, and just parts of his body are all over the place, buried somewhere.
Right. He is insane. I don't even know how you could even do that. That's showing like you find your child disgusting. You can't stand their child. You just hate the person. That's some hatred shit right there.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
you already unalived him. Now you taking the shit on him.
Exactly. And allegedly people today, after all this took place, they really think he's going to try and take the easy way out and take himself out.
Well, if he do, peace out, bro.
Right.
He's a coward. He's a coward.
Absolutely.
For you not to even tell where your son's body is. I mean, come on now. What you think you're gonna come out of the prison? You think you're gonna get? You think? What you thought that you was gonna walk scot free? You might as well tell where his body is, even if it's splattered anywhere. Tell them.
And I really am wondering if they are like kicking themselves in the butts and regretting him being out on bond before trial. That to me still blows my mind.
So dumb. Yeah, because he could have got rid of so much evidence.
Oh, absolutely. That just gave him more time to take care of things.
Yeah, he done swiped his house spotless. He done did everything. He done cleaned up everything. That's why there is no fingerprints, no evidence, no nothing. But there was a dog scent. Where was that dog scent again?
The dog sniffed the scent of Cody being deceased when Corey had put him back in the bed with the older brother.
Right. Right. That's a shame. What was you trying to do to that other little boy? What was you trying to do to your favorite other son when he wakes up and see his little brother unalive? He's a demon. I'm surprised that the other kids are still alive.
Me too.
Yes, he is sick in the head, Josephine, and I hope he never gets out also. That's why I'm worried about if he ever would get parole or something like that. Like, I don't know. I didn't hear nothing.
I don't think he will at all. And I truly hope that when he has his other court hearings for these other charges, he does get the maximum that they had set up to 156 years. He deserves all of that.
That's right. Whew. Y'all, I want to say thank y'all for riding with me through this. Thank y'all for watching my platform, sharing. Keep share my videos, please. I have something in mind to do for those that share my content, but they're not here. So but I will I guess maybe I'll announce it and then put something together so they know, ahead of time or something like that. And everybody could come. Well, not a lot of people share my content, but I don't know. It's free. Oh God, the sound is free, y'all. But I just want to say thank you everybody for joining and keep Cody in his prayers. Let's just pray that, you know, this monster will, that, because like his, then you say that he's starting to talk now.
That is what one of his attorneys said, that he is starting to talk more now. I truthfully, in my gut, I don't foresee him saying anything.
Let's hope that he says where this baby is. You know what I mean? Because now he's sitting there and he's like, oh shit, 45 years and some more charges? You know what I mean?
Right. I do feel though, if he does confess, I do honestly think it'll be when he's sitting there writing in another letter again.
When he's sitting there for a while.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit, how do you call that? I gotta eat something. My sugar is dropped
Oh yeah, go
tremendously.
eat and get you some rest. You
Yeah.
need it.
I could tell because I'm starting to get my
Shaky.
shaky and my speech
Dizzy.
is a little, yeah. You know, I was reading up on diabetes and stuff like that. I put that article out when the what's his name died from a diabetes stroke. It takes two to make a things all right. Remember that song? It takes two to make it
Yeah.
out of sight. He died of a diabetes stroke the other day or last week. I put the article out, and I didn't know that you can have, you know, the symptoms from it, which is one of my symptoms I'm having right now, which is sweating.
Yeah, it's like I want to say like ketosis or something, but I don't think that's right. So don't quote me.
What it is you say?
I think it's called like ketosis or something like that. I don't know.
No, the symptoms for diabetes stroke, heart stroke, or
Oh.
seizure, a seizure, a diabetes seizure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the shit I'm having right now, which is like my speech things and shaking, sweating. And then they were saying it a whole bunch of shit. I looked at Dave and I showed him, and he was like, "Oh my God, your sugar was this amount on vacation," because it says below 60 and below 20.
Yeah. Make sure you're checking that a couple times daily.
I don't. I didn't even check it today. I can't
Yeah,
even.
you definitely should. Even if it's like when Dave comes home from work and like when you first get up in the morning or whatever.
Let's check it now. Let's see how it is now. Y'all want to check it with me?
Yeah.
My sugar is.
And just keep like a dialogue, because if it's staying low, you need to talk to the doctor.
Yeah, I didn't check it today, and be honest with y'all. All right, hold on. Let me turn the camera around. Let's do some diabetes sugar shit real quick.
You still got Cody and Corey's picture up.
Huh?
I said the background is Corey and Cody's picture.
Oh yeah, let me hold on. I gotta. All right. Hi, Cody. All right. Let's see. Let's check my sugar, y'all. Lord have mercy. Can't even hold the thing correctly. So I bought this little machine. Hands are shaking. God, it's so hot in here. Okay. I kept the needle in here. I got this machine. I think it was from Amazon. I gotta get some alcohol pads. So Put the thing in here. Shit. Apply the blood, it says. Okay, give me a minute. I should sterilize my hand, get some alcohol, right? I could do it after, I guess.
Yeah.
What you think?
I mean, if you're using a new needle, you should be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I got the alcohol is in my bathroom.
Right. As long as you do it after, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, it's a lot of blood out here, girls. Okay, y'all. Ooh, child, I'm afraid of this one. Let's go. Okay, it's 70. 70.
Yeah, I would eat something
I thought
and
it'd be
drink
30.
some water and then check it again.
Okay.
Just make sure it's going up and not down.
That was good. Okay. I thought it was 30. I was scared because I'm shaky and stuff right now.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm shaky.
It's probably because it's dropped drastically, honestly.
Yeah. Usually when I'm shaky and shit like that, it's like 30.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah. And I got scared when I read that guy from It Takes Two to Make Things All Right, that he died from a diabetic stroke. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, that's scary. And it's concerning if your sugar was low like that on vacation because you were eating even more.
I was eating
That's
twice a day.
Crazy.
Right? I was eating twice a day. Yeah. That's crazy. So I need to get a diabetic doctor because I don't have a diabetic doctor.
Yeah, because you may have to change your insulin or up it or something if you're not on any, or maybe go on a low dose.
I don't have insulin. I don't have nothing. I don't take
See,
nothing.
maybe they need to put you on a low dose.
Yeah, I don't take nothing.
Some insulin can help, like, make it higher, and and then there's others that lower.
Well, I'm supposed to take glucophage, but I haven't taken that in years.
Yeah, like I said, I would just continue to check it at twice a day, and just write it down, because if it continues to be that way, you need to contact the doctor.
Yeah, I need to get a
or call the doctor and see if you can get a referral for a diabetic doctor.
Yeah, that's who I need, a diabetic doctor.
Yeah.
Because 70 is not that bad.
It's not bad, but it's getting closer to the lower.
It's getting closer. Because I ate breakfast at 5 a.m. this morning. I had a half a piece of toast, 2 fried eggs, and 3 pieces of turkey bacon. And that's the first time I actually had breakfast here since we've been back from vacation.
Right, but you haven't ate anything else all day.
No.
So yeah, you need to eat and then recheck it to make sure it's going up.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat a pizza. I'm gonna throw a pizza in the oven. One of those little Elliott pizzas.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some extra cheese on there. Throw it in the oven and watch some YouTube drama, like celebrity gossip shit while I'm eating.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, y'all. Try to control it with natural food. Hope you feel better. Have a good night. Thank you, Josephine. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my love. Thank you so much, baby girl. And thank you for joining. And thank you for always commenting on my videos on Facebook. I'll be watching you. I'll be watching y'all. Okay, TikTok, I guess that's the end of this video. And with that, everyone have a blessed, blessed day. Let's keep Cody in our prayers. And let's pray that one day his remains will be found. Until then, I will see everyone tomorrow. Peace. Okay, I'm done with the TikTok. Oh, wow. 422 views on TikTok.
That is awesome.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Until you won't know it, I guess, until you end it.
Yeah.
It says, congratulations, you got more views than 90% of live creators with a similar following.
That's awesome.
One viewer who commented, 75%, and no diamonds. That's okay. Wow.
That's okay. That, you know, people were coming in and out, so they knew what
Yeah.
you do.
Wow. 422 views. Whew. All right, TikTok. And with X and Facebook and YouTube, thank y'all, everybody. Thank you, Katie, so much for coming up here. I appreciate you, Mamita.
Absolutely.
I shared your live. Oh, thank you, Josephine, for sharing my live. Keep sharing my live, baby. I do appreciate that. You continue to share my live, and I will bless you too, baby. Trust me. Because God has blessed me a little bit, and He told me to pay it forward, okay? So that's what I believe in. And with that, everyone, have a blessed night. Bye, y'all. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Bye, y'all. Oops. Wait.